Hi guys, welcome back. Ting Ting here, Caroline Forge, man. Tell you, I like to get myself into them sometimes. I got a project today. I've never quite done one of this scale before. I think it's going to be pretty fun. We've been doing the campfire cooking items and stuff along those lines, camping, cooking, what have you, whatnot. So we're going to keep rolling with that theme because I got a lot of things turning in the old head about what I want to make for this stuff. And for one of the things we're going to make for the trommel and everything is a rack for frying bacon and cooking, grilling steaks over the campfire and all that kind of stuff. I mean, who doesn't like that kind of stuff, right? You wake up in the morning, you want something to be able to set your pan on and fry an egg, or just cook right on the rack, cook your bacon, strips of bacon or your sausage, your ham, whatever you're going to have. So today we're going to be working on that. We're going to be making us a rack, and it's going to be a pretty, I wouldn't say elaborate, but extensive rack as far as a lot of rivets. Bring you down here and show you what we got. Alright, as you can see, you got 24 quarter-inch long, or quarter-inch diameter stock, 1.25 inch long rivets I've cut. We're going to do them all homemade rivets. I'm using 3/16 by half. I've got 10 of those cut 12 inches long. Got 1/4 by 3/4. 2 of those cut 12 inches long. That's going to be for our outer frame. Then also have 1/4 by 3/4 cut 15 inches long. That's going to also be the outer frame. For our hanger, to hang it with, 2 of these 3/8 rods, solid 2 foot long, 24 inches. Okay, and kind of explain what we're going to do. It's going to be kind of similar to this. This is the top, bottom. These are going to go across like that. They're all going to be riveted, punched and riveted. So I guess the first thing we need to do, we got to lay our stock out. So set this. First thing we're going to do, since these are 15, others are 12, I left it to where we have 1.5 inches excess on each end. So we're going to draw it down, curl it back, and that's going to be the rings that's going to hold the bars that's going to fold up to hold this rack. So first thing we've got to do, we got to come in here 1.5 inches back and put a center punch on both of these, because that is where our first hole is going to go for our very first crossbar for the frame of this thing. One there. There. So now that should give us 11 inches between those two marks. That's the inside edges of our outer bars, like that. Inside edges should give us 11 inches. I've got 10 bars, so that's perfect. I'm going to put a center punch mark every inch. 1, 2, Alright guys, we're all laid out here. Now, when we go down, we're going to punch all these holes. Get them all punched and ready except for these 2 end holes. Before we punch those end holes, we'll get those scrolls in. That way we don't deform the holes any while we're scrolling those out. So we're going to punch these holes here first. Get those knocked out on both pieces. Then we'll move on to our tapers and scrolls on the ends. Come out of the fire. Get the brush, get that scale off so we can see our holes. Hole number 1 punched. Let's go to number 2. Remember, come out, give it a brush, you can see your holes better. And this one, before I punch this, I'm going to pop a couple of these just so I can see them better when they come out. Punched. Get up. Got all those holes punched. It's time to drift them open real quick. Like I said, we're going to use a tapered drift. We're only going up to 1/4 inch. I don't want to make a 1/4 inch drift. But yeah, we're going to make a drift these up just a little past 1/4 inch so the rivets will go in nice and easily so we can adjust everything before we tighten it up. So let's get them all drifted real quick before we do these tapers on the ends. Lay that up there. Alright, that one's done. Next. Now, punch our holes and taper these out. I wanted to punch the holes last, but got to thinking I can fix the hole with just a tap of the drift. The taper on and scroll in, on the other hand, would be a little more difficult to fix. So I'm going to go ahead and punch these and drift these holes before we do the taper, okay? Punched. Everything's ready to go. We're going to draw out our ends and scroll them in with the scrolling jig on the vise. That way they're all the same. Just want to do a one-sided taper, kind of flare it out just a hair, keeping it flat on the bottom maybe. We'll see. I'm thinking flat on the bottom. That way I've got a nice hard edge here for my hook to come through and turn back up. Okay? Okay. It's going to take about, I'd say, 1/2 inch past before the hole. Right there. I want to flare it up to one side. Alright, now we'll take our cross pin and just stretch that out a little bit. Alright, we got enough there to scroll in for our hook. So we're going to go into the bending jig. I think I'm going to try and freehand this. Make sure she still fits on there. She does. All right. Straighten it up. Easy peasy, right? Now, that'll fit right in there. We can bend the hook up there so it doesn't come back out. And then the same on this side. See where we're going with this? Yeah, baby. Alright. Do the other side. Set it down, ½ inch or so for the hole. There we go. Alright, now let's start working on these. We're going to try and punch this one here. If it doesn't work out like I want, I'm going to go to the drill, but we're going to try and punch them first. So let's get to it. I'm not going to work out punching them. They're too small to get a 1/4 inch hole in it and not tear it. So we're just going to go to the drill first and just drill the 1/8 inch hole in it. And then I'm going to drift it that way. I mean, it's not punched, but it's just going to be drifted this side. So, here we go. At least it'll have some forged aspect to it. All right. Now, let's see, this is the 1/4 inch bar fit. There we go. It's going to work beautifully. I'm going to do that to both ends of each bar. Then we'll be ready to make the rivets. Let's get to it. All right, we got the frame made. So now you got a better idea of what we're doing here, and everything looks fairly square. I mean, it ain't gonna be completely perfect. It's my first time making one of these, but learn as we go. And it's going. It's going well right now. So a couple of my holes got a little off, but that's okay. I think we can manage with that. No big deal. It's all hot work. We can heat it up, move it a little bit if we need to. No big deal. Rivets will hide all that. But now we need to make our rivets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to the vise. And, I'm going to show you how I make my rivets. I don't have a rivet header. All I have is a monkey tool, which some say is a rivet header, depending on who you ask. It's more for doing tenons and mortises and stuff like that. But it works well to make rivets if you take your time. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Maybe some other folks do it a different way. If you do it a different way, let me know down in the comments. So take you to the vise and let's get to it. Alright, rivet. Get it set in there. Clamp it in good tight. Just want to upset it some. Upset it down. The head of it just a little bit. Break out your monkey tool. Stick it in there. Oop, such a tight. Get it tight and get it ready for the one coming out of the fire. Alright, now that your head's upset, it won't go all the way down in there. You take this and go ahead and pretty up your rivet. Alright. Hopefully it should free up. Yep. Give it a couple little wiggles. Oop, there it went. Now you got yourself a domed head rivet. Alright, I got about 23 more of these to make, so I'm gonna make them up, or make up a handful of them, and we're gonna rivet this frame together real quick. Alright, two pieces staged right here, holes lined up, so when I come out of the fire with the rivet, just go right in that hole and then grab them and rivet it together. Comes the rivet. Holes lined up. There's the anvil. Dome the rivet a little bit. And we'll call that good. Open this up a hair. Get in there and grab it. There we have that. Alright. Do the other one the same way that we just did this, as opposite. And then we'll rivet the both of them together and we'll have our frame together, folks. Alright, it's good and hot. Holes lined up, we'll get our last rivet in that frame. Then we'll be able to square it up completely. The frame will be together. Trying to keep that scroll off the anvil so I don't mess it up. That's the hard part. Yeah, I've hit it a few times, but it's still straight. That don't look bad at all. There we go. Let's go to rack whichever way we need it to go. I think that's it right there. Now, just got to attach the rest of those pieces. Put that in there. That in there. Over. We're going to have to go back and adjust them scrolls. So, it should be bad. Pair of scrolling tones. We'll get it sorted. Dome my rivet a little bit. Alright. Next, make another rivet. One, so we are halfway through our grates. Taking a little bit of time, but you know, patience is a virtue. That one went right in. Hammer. Rivet's hot. We're going to throw our tools everywhere so it makes it as hard as possible for us to do this. Get that drove down on there flat. Last rivet. Man, I'm happy to see this one. Riveting never sucked this bad until today. You gotta hand make all your rivets before you can actually use them. Man, be careful what you wish for, guys. But it's a great learning curve, or not curve, learning experience. I've definitely learned a lot. They've gotten better as I've went, so it's a positive for me, I guess. Ta-da! It's a grill. Now we need to make a way to hang it from our tripod, and that's what the 3/8 bar is for. So, I think I changed my mind on the length. I've got two 2-foot pieces. I think I'm gonna get two 30-inch pieces. I think I'm gonna add 6 inches to each piece. That way I got enough to bend my hooks at the end. So let me do that. After all these rivets and everything, we've hit our scroll a couple times on each one of these, so not a big deal. We're going to heat these ends up and we're going to open them up just a hair and get our bar seated in there and square, make sure these scrolls are squared up the way we want it, okay? It's all rigged, we don't want to deform it much. Just grab this and open it up a hair. There we go. Perfect. And it's just like we want it. And I've thought about it. I'm not going to hook the end here. What I'm going to do is make these removable. Okay? If I got one bent to go this way, one bent to go this way, come to the middle, they can't slide out of each other when it's together. But when you take it apart, it's collapsible. And you can take the hooks out and store it. Make it easier to store than transport it. We'll see how that works. See how I like it. We may be making some changes to it later, but for now, we're just going to go to there. Right where our heat stops. Right there. Just want a little offset to the side like that. Don't want to bend it hard 90. Just a little offset to the side so we can bend it back around to the eye. That way the eye is centered. Like so. Now we're going to heat this in, come to the horn, and put our eye on it. When you're bending a hoop around your horn, you need, the trick is feeding the material into you. Start at the tip and just work evenly. Slowly feeding it in as you strike, and it will round itself around the horn, and then you dress it up. Okay? So I'm going to come out, right here to the tip, and just feed it evenly. Keep hitting the same spot and it will feed itself back around to you. See? And then you just tighten it up. Centered eye. Okay. Alright, we got both our eyes made. They are the same. They are symmetrical. I like them. I like them. Okay. Now, we're going to bend these where they need to be bent. We're going to take a measurement across there and mark these in the same spot. That way they both are bent in the same place. We should have exactly what we do. 12 inches. Go to your mark. Find your mark first. There's the mark. Right there. Match it to your other one. I'd say those are a match. Let's put it on and see what it does. There you have it. Thing's gonna work great. Let's go hang it up on the tripod, see what it looks like. Alright. Campfire cooking. I think this bad boy's gonna work great. That's right on the trommel. You raise it up and down. It's starting to rain on me here, so yeah, we're gonna get it all heated up, black oil finish, show you what it looks like when it's done. Yeah. Isn't that pretty? Nice little grill to cook on over the fire. How about that? Alright folks, that's going to do it for it this time. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. It was a lot of fun making that thing. A lot of work, a lot of rivets. Be prepared if you want to do something like that. I would suggest buying rivets unless you just want to be stubborn like me and you want to make everything yourself. So that's what I did, made all the rivets. And it turned out well. It turned out really well. It's going to work great. It's going to be awesome to cook with. I think everything's going to work fine on it. It hangs nice and flat on there. So yeah, excellent, excellent. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Think about sharing it with your friends. Maybe they want to subscribe and check it out. Check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/CountyLineForge. And also, if you got any questions, comments, anything like that, leave me a comment down below. Or shoot me an email, countylineforge@gmail.com. Big thanks to the folks over at Patreon. You guys rock. Your monthly donations are awesome. Helps keep me going. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're interested in checking out the Patreon, go to this site right here, patreon.com/CountyLineForge. Everything you need to know about it's going to be there for you. A lot of incentives for those who want to be Patreons and contribute to the little channel. So again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, check out my live stream Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, we're working on a chess set that's going to take up the next few weeks, of course. It's going to be a lot of fun, real interesting to see if I'm actually going to be able to pull it off. High hopes. I think we can do it. Again, thank you for watching. And like we say here at County Line Forge, we're going to catch you on the next one.